Hi guys, it's Rob here from Hypop at hypop.com.au. Today we're taking a closer look at an exciting new product by Aputure. It's one of their brand new LED lights that's called the Aputure Light Storm LS 1S version. What we'll do is we'll go through and unbox the product firstly and have a look at some of the features up close and personal. So firstly we'll unbox it. It comes in a really slimline box here with a handle, as you can see. And we'll just remove that sticker there and unbox really quickly. So inside is just a couple of styrofoam pieces which we'll remove. And the first thing that slides out is a box. So this box here contains a few things: the cable, AC adapter, and the controller box. We'll have a closer look at that shortly. It's the LED light itself. So this is the LED light. Really heavy and sturdy product. It's made from a complete aluminium alloy design, so that's really great and really professional production quality. And lastly is just some tracing papers. So tracing papers, these can be used as diffusers that go in front of the panel, and you actually just use the provided clips to attach that. So we'll just move this box out of the way. Okay, so we'll take a closer look at what's inside this box here. So inside the box, we have a few different things here. We've got some AC power cables. So this is the adapter, the AC adapter. This is a LEMO cable. So this LEMO cable is actually plugged in from the actual panel into the next item, which is the controller box. So this is a controller box. The controller box has a strap, and on the controller box itself, there's a few different elements here. There's the on and off switch. There's the brightness adjustment, so this is a seamless control from 0 to 100%. We've got a few different buttons here, which is just the channel buttons, the grouping button, and also the DMX button. And the last two ports here are for DMX in and out. So DMX is for professional lighting, and that's if you want to control it. If you attach it to a light board or a lighting control, you can control the lights that way as well. And on the back of the controller box is a Sony V-mount battery. So there's two different versions of the LS1S. One is a Sony V-mount, which is this one here, and there's also the Anton Bauer. So there's two different professional battery power options that you have available, and most video recorders or filmmakers have those two batteries available. What else is in the box is just a couple of manuals and the warranty card. There's also the wireless remote control. So the wireless remote control is great if you want to control from one to several of the lights. That controls the power adjustment, and you can set them to different groups and channels, so you can control the lights independently. You may have one light that's less intensity than the other. You need that one off. At least you have the option to sort of control that without having to go up to the panel and adjust all the settings. And we've got some clips here. So the clips are for the tracing papers. And we've also got some spare LED diodes as well. So these LEDs, in case any of them bust, they're rated to last 100,000 out, so with most LEDs. So these are just some spares in case you need any. So those are the items that are included in the panel. What we'll do next is we'll take a closer look at the actual light itself, setup, and we'll go through some of the features. So this is the Aputure Light Storm LS 1S set up on a light stand here. So that's completely set up. We've got this expanded out with the barn doors. So the barn doors here, as you can see, there's 4 different barn doors. This is really great if you want to cut your light or direct your light a bit more, focus in the light a bit more, so you can put your barn doors in or angle them outwards depending on how you want the lighting to throw. So the actual width of the panel is about 30 centimeters and the height is about 21 centimeters. And the actual build, as mentioned earlier, is aluminium, really strong aluminium, so it does really feel like a quality build. As you can see here, there's 2 brackets. There's a knob on the side here which controls the yoke bar. So the yoke bar controls the tilt of the actual light. The only issue is if you're trying to tilt downwards, what we've noticed is if you're trying to tilt downwards, you're limited with the barn door hitting the bottom of the yoke bar here. So one way to actually avoid that or get around that is actually getting a convertible light stand. So there's light stands that we provide, the 2.4 meter light stands by Hypop, which have the convertible mount that you can mount on top or on the side, and then that way you can actually control the yoke bar positioning, and you won't actually have that issue. Another way to get around that is to actually mount that on a boom stand as well. So a boom stand, you can direct the light downwards if you need to. So that's the actual knob on the side, and on the actual back of the panel here, we'll turn this around. What you'll notice first and foremost is that there are no controls on the back of the panel like with other Aputure lights. So the main reason they've done that is they've actually got the controller separate now. So the controller, as you can see, is down here. It's controlled and plugged in by that LEMO cable. And the main reason why they've done that is so that if you have your light up top, maybe you have it on a boom stand or out of reach, that way you can actually control your light independently without having to go onto a ladder or get out of the way. So they're thinking more of a practical sense here. So Aputure have really thought of the design in terms of the usability in a studio setting or a video film setting. So that's really great as well. So having your controller box down low, as you can see, there's a bit of excess cable here. You can have that hanging from down low, and then you've got the AC plug that's running along the ground separately. So having those three different separate components, unlike some of the other Aputure panels such as the HR672, all built into one, and having them separately is a lot more convenient. Additional to that, we actually have the remote control, which I showed in the unboxing, that actually controls the light. So that controls the light, and that switches the light on and off. Get that onto here. So that turns on the light on and off, as well as controlling the intensity of the light from 10 to 100%. So that's a really great feature as well if you're shooting on location, or if you're moving out and about in your film, you don't want to have to go to the back of the light or up to the controller box to control the light. So that's really great. And as mentioned before, there is a Sony V mount. So if you're out on location, you don't have access to an AC outlet, you do have the option of battery operation, which is great. So now some of the features of the light itself. The light here, as you can see, there's a fair bit of individual LEDs. This model in particular is 1,536 individual LEDs, and what that translates into is at 0.5 meters, so half a meter away, it's 30,000 lux. That's a really high output, and it's equivalent to a 1K tungsten light. So that's really Aputure's answer to that. So now you have also the capability of the CRI 95+. So that paired with the output, you're really producing a really strong, accurate light for your color rendering and your video output and your photo output. You don't have to sort of adjust and do any color balancing during post, or you can rest assured that the colors are coming across nice and accurately. So what I'll do now is do a lighting test with the Aputure LS 1S in action. What I'll do is I'll turn off the lights that are in the studio at present, and I'll control it via the wireless remote. And we'll let the light shine up on me, and we'll firstly assess the color reproduction and really test out that CRI 95+, as well as the power output as well. So the output, if it's enough to sort of light up a single subject or to be used in film and video reproduction. So I'll turn off the lights. Okay, so all the lights are off in the studio right now, and I'll turn on the Aputure LS 1S. So that's on the 10% right now. So that's 10% intensity, that's the lowest intensity, and it goes all the way up to 100%. So we'll step that up really gradually as well. So as you can see, that light's really starting to get quite strong. Right now it's at about 58%. We'll go to full intensity. So this is at 100 now, and I can tell that it's really bright. It's probably coming across really bright as well, so we'll drop that down a little bit. So what you'll notice with the Aputure LS 1S being CRI 95+, compared to other lights, such as cheaper LED lights, ones that you mount on top of the camera, or even ones that are mid-level, you will see that the color reproduction is really nice and accurate on the Aputure LS 1S. So that's really what the advantage is of going for a professional lighting solution, and the advantage is that this isn't too much to spend on a light, a professional lighting option. You're not having to spend too much and take too much out of your pockets. So that's just a quick rundown on the Aputure Light Storm LS 1S. For more information, contact us at www.hypop.com.au. My name's Rob. Until next time.